Welcome to the official Munzee podcast.
I'm Rob, also known as Coach V, your host and the president of Munzee.
And I'm Craig, also known as See My Show. I'm an avid Munzee player. I'm here to explore the game further and within.
Each week, we'll delve into Munzee's mysteries, divulge some secrets, and inform players from around the world and this room just what is coming your way.
So sit back and relax, as today's episode is very different because we're going to talk all about the weekend that was. We are still together. It is a Sunday night, actually, as we speak. Rob, we have a audience again. As you heard last episode, we did have the same audience members, so that consists of Joshua, the Geocaching Vlogger, and MinnesotaBoy. There you go. He likes it in threes, Rob, for some reason. I don't know why.
He needs to hear his name 3 times?
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Like Beetlejuice. Yeah,
there you go, exactly. Rob, what a big weekend this has been, mate. Let us know what's going on in your mind about this weekend. We've settled in now. It's relaxing time. Sunday night.
Inside my sunburned head, what is going on is, man, what a crazy time. It has been nonstop.
Yep.
It has been nice to just sit and chill, collect thoughts, look back on the week, the last, 5 days or whatever.
Yeah.
We've been cruising around through events and just thankful for, everybody that was around, all the players, the Munzee players that were here.
Yep.
Those that coexist playing both games.
Yeah.
And it's been fun.
Now, we did have a total of 4 events, Munzee events here in Flagstaff, Arizona, and they were hosted very well hosted too, I might say, by, you say his name correctly this time. Say his name correctly. Vadotech and Tofu Girl. So a big shout out to those two as well. They did a great job of hosting the events. Rob, everyone got prizes as well over the weekend.
That's true.
We all got socials, yes, socials. This is what you get.
Personals.
Personals, sorry, personals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're different.
Yeah.
Oh, see?
Personals give you points.
I told you I'm a player first.
Yeah. Whoops.
I still don't know everything exactly. So we've got these these personal tags with 3D printed what that cactus you called in here in
Cactus?
Yeah, but it's a saguaro.
Saguaro?
Saguaro? I think that's the way it is. Yeah, exactly. So it's got these little 3D printed saguaros on them, all on a keychain. With the personals on it too, so
Route 66, yeah.
Yeah, Route 66, exactly right. So how cool was that? I did like the badges too, Rob, we got over the weekend.
They were some excellent badges. That was one of the things, I pointed out each time to Mike because I knew that then he would say, yes, Andy did a great job, which is true.
Yes.
Andy did well. Lou gets the comments from the hosts, and then she sends that information along to Andy.
Nice.
They have a string of words that are like, here's some random things we'd love for you to put together, and Andy is amazing. Comes up with exactly what the host was thinking. So they were cool though.
They were really cool. And Rob, while I'm going to talk about this next thing, can you bring up the leaderboards over the last few days on your little laptop, if possible? I will say this, and that is Tofu Girl did actually pull me aside and talk to me to say, look, a special shout out to Andy because she really loved and enjoyed the all the artwork that it was involved. And we're talking not just the artwork people involved in regards to the badges themselves, but we're talking the individual artwork of the event and then also the event pins as well as you go around. So there was 4 types of events here, guys, and the 4 events were all totally different. They were all space sort of related, which is awesome, like a planet and a moon and all that sort of stuff too, which is really, really awesome. But each individual one. So Andy, wow, there's like not 1, 2, 3, but 4 events with 3 different sort of artworks involved as well. I'm going to call on Joshua, the Geocaching Vlogger. Mate, what did you think of this weekend while we're here? I'm chucking it on you now.
Are you talking about the Munzee events or just the whole weekend as a whole?
Munzee events first, mate. Munzee events first.
Oh, I thought the Munzee events were fantastic.
Yeah.
On our podcast, Craig, Treasures of Our Town.
Yes.
We don't talk about the weather.
No, we don't.
But we're not on that podcast right now. We are on the Munzee podcast.
Yeah, the official Munzee podcast.
The official Munzee podcast. And I need to say, holy cow, every day here in Flagstaff, dry, 70 degrees, and sunny.
Yes.
You could not ask for better weather for any event.
Yeah.
It was just absolutely beautiful.
And I will say this, Josh, as well. Looking at you now, face to face, eye to eye, you can tell it's been really nice, beautiful, sunny weather over the last 3, 4, 5 days because you are beaming, Joshua. You are beaming like a beam of light, a beacon of light.
Yes, I was enjoying the sun a little too much. I am not peeling well. I'm feeling well, but I'm not peeling well. But yeah, it was fantastic. Yep. And here's the thing that I really enjoyed. This is Geo Woodstock.
Yeah.
I call it the Super Bowl of geocaching.
Yeah.
But I could say it is the Super Bowl of location-based gaming.
Yeah.
And it was so fun to see so many geocachers this weekend get reintroduced to the game of Munzee.
Exactly.
That they hadn't played for a while, and it was just fun to even see MinnesotaBoy. He introduced many people to it and just talked about it. You were coaching people on on here's what this is and here's what that is.
Yep.
And it was really fun to see the geocaching community react positively to some of the changes that Munzee has gone through these past several years.
Well, I'm going to get to MinnesotaBoy very, very shortly because, let you know now, a little teaser for the end of the show, MinnesotaBoy had his referral cards out the entire weekend, and I'm going to ask him specifically exactly the number of referral cards he handed out, how he did it, what he did, how they kept the referral cards. I even saw him standing there as well, Rob, standing there coaching people, showing them exactly how to download the app. Yeah. Oh, by the way, here, now scan this, and this is so he did it. So he's got several referrals over this weekend as well. So but before we do that, Rob, we're going to go back to the numbers.
It may be a good idea to do 1 day, 2 day. I don't know if I can get all three quickly, so maybe jump over to MinnesotaBoy.
Okay.
But yes, I have the leaderboard for May 24th, which was Friday. All right, so Friday was the evening. Let's think back to it. All right.
Yes.
We went out for dinner.
Yes.
The game ends. The day ends at 10 p.m. here.
Yes.
We were at 9:30 cheering on a certain player who was making an advance on number one on the leaderboard. Now I am looking at their final score.
Yeah.
And they would have been they were less than 1,000 points from making it even cooler. So here we go. The leader. For Friday was Can You Cash This out of Alabama, and he had 1,999,028 points. So 972 points off of 2 million.
2 or 3 bounces away from 2 million points.
But here's what we know: he was working it all the way to that 10 p.m., all the way to MHQ midnight. In second place was W. Helen. He had gone to bed several hours earlier.
Yes.
Or at least that's what we say. He had 1.5 million. Eagle Data and Xenia had 1.4 million. MinnesotaBoy, live in the audience.
There he is.
1.335 million.
Woo! Yeah!
There you go. And of course, we'll have to cheer there. Well, Ep22 was in 5th place with 1.3 million. And rounding out the millionaires for the day was in 6th place, the Geocaching Vlogger.
Oh,
wow!
1,087,000.
I know. I was not on a millionaire that day. I understand.
You were 8th place at 800,000.
Yeah.
You contained yourself.
To my defense, Rob, I've been here since Sunday. So the weekend prior to, I was having my car fixed over the Monday and Tuesday. I was walking around town, and I was pre-capping on the Monday and Tuesday. So my score is sort of, stretched over the week rather than just a weekend. So
yeah.
That's my excuse, Rob, and I'm sticking to it.
It's a great excuse. I think that I'm about to have, I've got the Saturday leaderboard. Then maybe we can jump because it did take a good 10 seconds or more. Let's see. On Saturday, the 25th, See My Shell was in 41st place. Just want to tell you that before we even get going.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Vatotech at 1,849,000. So Vatotech in first place. Second place to Tofu Girl at 1.7 million. And then we have a few more millionaires coming in third in this room. Geocaching Vlogger.
I can't believe it!
1,079,000. I believe that's 3,000 points difference than what he made on Friday. So he was very consistent.
Yes.
Let's see then. Denali 0407 with 1 million. Dragons West with just over 1 million. XP2 also with 1 million. So there were 6 millionaires on Saturday.
Very, very good. Very good. And just, as I said before, Rob, I stretched my points out. That's my excuse, and I'm going to stick to it. But on the Saturday, we actually had 2 events. So we had an event in the morning at 8 a.m. in the morning, and quite a few showed up for that event as well, which is really, really cool. And then, obviously, there was the big Geo Woodstock event itself here in Flagstaff. Big, beautiful event. Josh and I, we did the Treasures of Our Town podcast live on stage as well, so that was really cool. So it was a very big, big day all in all. But, Rob, that afternoon, Saturday afternoon, what happened in Flagstaff? We had a MEGA mega event on the Saturday afternoon. So well done for that. Woo!
I mean, I gotta say, like, I was really trying at Geo Woodstock to, like, anyone who talked, I've played, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, we have a Munzee event going on. After this ends, after Geo Woodstock, like before the Midnight Madness, if you're looking for something to do before you go have dinner, come over, hang out with us for a little bit. So we were fortunate to see a lot more people because we were only running 25, 30 at the previous event. So when we made it over 50, we all had a good celebration.
And I will say that's it helps out with yourself being at Geo Woodstock with MinnesotaBoy and there, Josh, myself, and a few others as well. And that is we reintroduce players, and this is what we're going to talk about later on in this episode, Rob, as well, is actually how to not only transform new players in, but also reintroduce those old players. Because I'll tell you now, some people, all you need to do, Rob, is poke their buttons, the right buttons, and as you know from today, and all of a sudden someone gets that spark back again, gets that oomph back, oh, hang on a second.
Frankenstein's monster.
Exactly right.
Absolutely.
That little, what do you call them, those little electric shocks?
Absolutely.
That's what they need. So that's all that's from there. So
you saw it happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sunday's not over yet.
It's not, but it's kind of looks like it could be.
You're in 46th place, just so you know.
Thanks,
no worries.
Rob, you don't have to say that.
I mean, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, thank you.
When I use I have to use someone's name, so I use your name every time, and then it shows me your rank every single time. That's how I know. I didn't scroll.
Okay.
So let's see. For today, the traveling couple from Texas are number 1 and 2. That's right. Not Munz has taken number 1 so far. They've still got less than 2 hours. 1.2 million. And Denali 0407 at 1 million. And in third place, usually in second, but for now he's in third, Munzee Prof. He's just under 500,000. He has a 4-day road trip back home with Carson.
Yes, exactly. Now, I'm going to say, Rob, as well, a big shout out to the first 2 for today so far as well, Knots Munz and Denali 0407. They weren't coming, Rob. They weren't going to come at all to Flagstaff. It was a late-minute decision. That's what they told us. A last-minute decision, and they came, and then they've literally just smashed this whole area. When it comes to Munzee, of course, we're talking about here. So, they smashed the whole area with Munzee. So a big shout-out to the 2 of those. Made a big effort to come all the way across from Texas. So that's really cool. And also, again, I'm going to say this. Keep on listening because there may be something else we may be able to say about Texas later on in this episode. I know. Yeah, I think we can. I think we can. Yeah, we can. So there you go. All right, Rob. Now we're going to get to the duck's guts of it because I know that's what Josh likes to be hearing me say.
When you talk on Treasures of Our Town and you say duck's guts, he doesn't know.
But yes, exactly. If you don't listen to Treasures of Our Town, that's fine. What duck's guts means is basically the meat and bones. Get to the meaty part, the juicy part of the episode. So that's what we're going to get to now.
Yes, let's do that.
Yep. Now, this juicy part of the episode is all about new players, whether they be muggles transforming into new players itself, or reinvigorating those expired dormant, shall we say, inactive.
Dormant being 6 months, inactive being 12 months and beyond. It counts. So that's the difference between the two titles.
I've always wanted to know that, actually, Rob. So
we may have another title or two behind the scenes that actually deals with but truly deals with behind the scenes, like when the Munzee start to archive and some of that stuff. So there are other levels, but the ones that are shown 6 months and 12 months.
I've seen my name, Rob, on your your page as well.
Yeah.
PIB. What's PIB stand for? Is that pain in butt? Or,
yeah,
what?
it is. That's on my dartboard. Yeah,
exactly.
That's the one.
All right, Rob, we're going to transfer now over to the Minnesota boy himself, Tim, the Minnesota boy. Come to the microphone, mate. Or sorry, call in. call in.
Yeah, here I am. Yeah,
mate. Well done on this weekend. You've had another big weekend as well, capping away and all that sort of stuff. But I was very fortunate to see you. Now, I'm not talking, Tim. I'm not talking just about the actual event here.
Yeah,
I'm talking what occurred at the Grand Canyon along the southern rim, and also what occurred at the event. So firstly, to refresh your memory, the southern rim, we were there,
yes.
Before that, even at breakfast time as well.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about breakfast there before we went to the south rim.
Well, wonderful breakfast, part of the whole train ride out there that we did. It was just a great thing. You eat breakfast, you see a Wild West show, you get on the train.
Yes.
All great.
Yep.
All great. We're in line, though.
Yes.
We're in line, and people are talking about geolocation gaming because the people there don't know anything about what we're doing there. No. So I'm giving my cards out to whoever, and I'm to the servers, to the people selling us our breakfast. It's like, if you are interested in this kind of thing, like play this game.
Yeah,
it's great.
Try this game. Yeah. Exactly. And guys, I'll let you know, I was there. I was a witness to this, and it blew my mind. Tim, he gets out his wallet, and I thought, oh yeah, this bloke. Oh, cool. Thank you so much, Tim. You're paying for my breakfast. But no, he was getting out his wallet to get the card out, the referral card, and give it to the actual servers themselves. And I paid for my own breakfast. But anyway, very good, Tim. And then again, we get to along the train out to the South Rim itself as well. And here's other people looking around, and we're obviously on our phones, we're taking photos, doing some video work and stuff as well.
Absolutely.
But we're starting to cap some actual physicals out there. And some people come up to you then and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and it's another opportunity to share about the game and say, hey, you like to walk? You like to get exercise? Yeah. Here's a game you can play while you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Fast forward then to one of the events we had as well, and you and I and Josh as well, the geocaching vlogger, also in the audience.
Yeah.
Woo! There he is.
I'll give him a cheer. He's probably making TikToks.
He's making TikToks. That's what he is. He's making TikToks. But
I'm actually not doing that.
Oh.
I'm actually redeeming all the cake that I got this weekend.
Oh, all the earned cake.
That makes sense. Exactly. So, with the three of us, though, we were walking along the dirt trails and picking up all the event pins.
Yes.
And lo and behold, again, more actual muggles. Muggles being people who don't know what we're doing. They were walking a dog and they were walking towards us. Tim, you were the first one. Hand in the pocket. Out comes the wallet. I'm thinking, I know this trick. I know what this is like. And then, bam, out comes this green card because you got those referral cards free from the store.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, you have to pay to have cards made, but you get your referral code for free.
Yep.
The design of the card is all for free. Yep. You can get that done, and then you, too, can very easily introduce other people to Munzee.
Exactly. But there was these two people, like a couple with their dog, walking their dog, and they said, like, what are all these flags doing? And they genuinely asked. And I've thought to myself, what a perfect time to because you're not pushing upon people. They're asking the question. They're the ones that they're coming towards you. And so you said, what are you actually doing?
Yeah, and I think people, when they see us doing that in a park, because if you've never been to a Munzee event, these flags that we're talking about kind of look like the construction flags that get put out before something's going to get torn out or whatever. But the QR codes are put on them so that we can walk a trail.
Yep.
And so they don't know what we're doing.
No.
And they see everybody doing it.
Yep.
And so it's just another great opportunity to say, hey, here's the game that we're playing.
Exactly.
You walking your dog every day, right?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Exactly. And I think that's what happens because you gave out your referral card. They took your referral card, thank you very much, and kept walking. And Josh, because he was so slow doing TikToks, etc., and Reels and YouTube and all the socials behind us, doing all the video work behind us, he saw what had actually just happened in front. But then he reconfirmed that in their minds, Tim, because as they walked past, he said, I've got a dog too, and I do this every day on my daily walk with my dogs. And they went, oh, really? Yeah. So, that was really cool how he reconfirmed that with the dog owners. Whether they can, referrals, it doesn't matter.
Right. Whether they actually end up doing it or I won't know.
No.
Because I won't know what name they register under. So when I see a referral pop up on my account, I won't know whether it was them or not.
Exactly. So, Tim, here's a question for you now that you are not prepared for. It's out of the blue, off the top of my head.
Yes, sir.
Rob knows what this is like, so get ready.
Yeah.
And that is, when are you getting new referrals? Because you are getting some good referrals recently as well. This month, I think you've got a few good referrals this month. What do you do when you see see those referrals come through on the laptop or the computer, etc.?
When I see those referrals come through, I generally try to send a message through the Munzee app to those players.
Yep.
Say, hey, great, you're playing the game. You know, what can I help you with?
Yes.
You know, you can message me here anytime.
Yeah.
And I'll help you out.
Exactly. No, that's perfect. That's because you become, as I think I've said it before in other podcasts, you become their mentor, their Yoda, their
Yeah, absolutely. And I do that for a lot of my referrals, except for the one that I stole from you, which you still coach.
That's the one.
And you know what? That's really important because it's one thing if you get a referral from a gameplay standpoint.
Yeah.
If your referral caps 100 Munzees, you get 10 points.
Yes.
So if you don't coach them or help them through, they might not continue playing. Yeah. So that's really important because those leaderboards, there's the referral leaderboard, but there's also the referral point leaderboard as well. And I wonder
who leads both.
I wonder who leads those.
Okay, just for everyone out there, so you don't have to go and look. Joshua, the Geocaching Vlogger, is the leader of all referrals. He has got over 1,600 referrals.
Man, wow, that is wow.
He is the only player in the entire world with over 1,000, and he's got 1,600. But more importantly, that has given him, ready for this, drum roll please, 1.3 million points over that lifetime. 1.3 million points for doing what? Referring. That's it. Not capping.
Sitting at home on his couch getting points.
Exactly.
But I will just point out that I got that many points yesterday.
Well, yeah. But you personally, you're capping. But I'm saying, as a back end, like, you know, that's a great way to do it. And this is why we talk about referrals quite often, you know, because there's not that many other location-based games that can have these type of referral, you know, system in place.
Yeah, so it's one of the great things about Munzee is you play actively, you get points. You play passively, you get points because there's other people capping your stuff.
Yep.
And then you have referrals, and you get points from that. So
exactly.
Yeah. There's also badges for referrals as well.
Oh, is there?
There's badges for referrals, and there are rewards.
Yes.
Is that right? There's rewards that you can put into the game as well. So there are lots of reasons to introduce people to Munzee.
Absolutely. Every once in a while, if you got enough referrals,
every
once in a while you get a nice email from Munzee.
Little
bonuses come in that email. Absolutely.
Special things. Exactly. I've got one. I've got one of those that was a couple of months ago now. But anyway, Rob. What did I say Rob for? You kind of look the same.
I'm Tim or MinnesotaBoy over here.
At the moment though, with Rob not a hat on, like it's kind of, you know, it's
it's a lot of glare. It's
glaringly obvious. Anyway, I'll get back on track now, and that is before we get back to Rob, at Geo Woodstock itself, you were going around and you were talking to people. People are talking to you. They're saying, you know, what are you up to now?
Yeah.
Tell us we're talking about the reinvigorating people now, so the reintroduction of people who used to play Munzee like myself back in 2014, 15, and have given it up because they didn't want stickers, geocaching with stickers. They don't know the new game.
Right, yeah, if you haven't been around Munzee for a long time, you just don't know what's going on, and Munzee is an innovative game. It just changes all the time. There's new things being added. If you played way back when and it was just physical stickers, that's vastly different from what the game is today. And so it was fun to be able to talk to people. It's like, well, I played Munzee way back when and I gave it up. You know, I didn't like it. Well, then you say, well, look at my phone. Here's what it looks like now.
Yeah.
And their eyes just pop open because it's like, there's all that going on right here. Yeah. This is a geocaching event.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it's also a Munzee thing because Munzee is everywhere you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so people were excited to do that.
People don't understand, especially with Munzee when it comes to the virtual game nowadays as well, I don't think, you know. So those old players who thought it was literally just a physical game, they don't realize the expansiveness that it has now with the virtual games. But the biggest thing I've said to several other people as well, and that is the things like bouncers, skylands, tree houses, the things that you can do and keep your streak and cap every single day from the comfort of your living room.
Right, and absolutely. Even if you live in a small town, doesn't have a lot of players, something like that, you can still play every day. And now with the addition of Cappy, you can do that every day as well. Take your stroll, catch your stars. It's, there's always something to do.
Always something to do. So very good, mate. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Tim. Anyway, that's an awesome job. So round of applause for Tim.
Yeah, thank you.
I love cake.
Josh is over there playing with all of his cake.
Rob, before we move on, you have turned on a light, mate. I'll just say that, and it didn't help any with the differences. No.
I know.
In actual fact, it blinded me more because the shine gets worse. But anyway, I digress, mate. Right, what do you got for us now? You got your little laptop there. What's going on now?
Well, I was looking at, how we talk about, hey, what events have been going on and what events are coming up.
Yep.
So figured we might as well throw one full year into the future.
Perfect.
Because guess what? It's already on the calendar.
Really?
Yes, that's right. May 24th of 2025.
Yeah.
We will have Munstock 2025. That's what it says on the calendar right now.
There you go.
Munstock 2025.
Yep.
And that's going to be in
Morgantown.
There we go.
Morgantown in West Virginia. West Virginia. Come on, Josh.
Blue Ridge Mountains.
There you go.
All right. Before that, though, we do
Country
talk
roads.
about the upcoming events, Rob, because we're in about that time now for the upcoming events, mate. So there is a brand new upcoming event as well. You actually, firstly, talk about the upcoming events this weekend.
Well, shoot, I don't have them.
Oh, you don't have
them.
them.
I was too busy worrying about the others.
Well, while you're getting those.
Okay, I'm on it. So
Okay.
The button was that quick, I think. Here's why it's going to be easy to talk about this weekend.
Yeah.
Because this weekend is the 1st and the 2nd of the month. So we have 3 events during this entire week, and by the time you're listening to this, there aren't any events left. So talk to you next week about upcoming events.
But we will talk.
The events that are coming up are Midsummer in New Forest, over in England.
Yep.
That's the big events that are happening in the middle of June.
Yep.
So continue to check out those. They are going to be mega because the English people, when they click will attend, they actually do attend, and there will be more than what we see there.
Awesome.
So keep checking that out. The other one that is in the future
Can I say it?
is not on the calendar yet.
It's not on the calendar yet.
And even though this person mentioned it to us yesterday, you might be breaking the news to her co-hosts as well. So carry on. You take the burden. Go for it.
Okay, I'm a player first, so it's okay. I'm not part of the Munzee team. Yes. All right, and this is from Denali0407. And I say Denali0407, Rob, because it's the same birthday as me. So there we go. Right. We're birthday twins. So, yes, Denali is hosting another big event. This big event is going to be hosted from, I think, the 20th, September the 20th to the 22nd over that weekend, 20th, 21st, and 22nd in September of this year. And it's going to be in Fort Worth, Texas. Now, the name is...
Munzee Mischief?
Munzee Mischief, that's the one. I knew it was an MM, but I didn't know what M it was.
Mischievous redhead host leading the way.
Exactly right. And obviously she's going to have help as well with other players in the area as well, which is really going to be cool. So, again, that's going to be... I personally think I'm going to plan... Rob, I'm telling you now, I'm going to plan to get there.
It's in, former MHQ backyard.
Oh, it is too.
Last year... was the first year that they called it Munzee Mischief and put this on, and we had, I believe, 4 or 5 of our team members were there. So there were badges for each of those people. I was
going to say,
So
it's
a badge fest.
So if you want badges, I don't know one person in particular who loves badges. Eagle Dad, he knows who it is. Then you get there because there's going to be other Munzee staff, that may actually turn up. So that'd be cool. That would be really cool. So there you go. If it's not on the calendar by the time this goes live on Friday, then just keep it in mind.
Yes, exactly.
If it is on the calendar, then yes, you're welcome, Denali. Here we go. We're shouting it out for you straight away, ASAP. So, Rob, there you go. Mate, anything else you have for us before we wrap this episode up?
I was like, what else are we going to talk about?
I
thought we still had more going.
Yeah, no.
I guess what I would say, is that we talk a lot about coexist, and sometimes we put it out there almost like a joke. Something along those lines, something more that we hope will be allowed, I guess, at other events. And the other events are specifically geocaching events. I was happy with, how everything went this week because I talked to more geocachers this week than any of the other Woodstocks that I've been to. And this was my 7th.
Awesome.
So of all the times that I've gone, I felt like, this one, we have a bigger impact coming out of it. It might not show as brand new players, but that's why we were talking about and why we've spent time talking about it now. The revival of older players because they are coming back in now to see a whole new game. You found a few that you pushed the magic buttons of competition with them and said, "Look at how high I am on the leaderboard. You can't catch me." Is basically one way that could be translated.
Yes. Yeah.
But I got to spend some good time with a few of the lackeys from Groundspeak. So those are the people that actually work for geocaching.
Yeah.
It was really great.
Yeah.
3 of them that I'd never met before. Spent like quality time with one, chatting. Jason, chatting with him for nearly half an hour and talking about common issues that we have between the 2 games.
Okay, yeah.
And it is stuff that that is important for the future of both of our games.
Yeah.
And we are common. Geocaching is really good for taking you on adventures to cool places and all that stuff because it's GPS based and you don't necessarily have to have cell signal. Where we do, we are not always, Munzees are not always in the most adventurous of locations.
Nope.
They don't have to be.
Nope.
Because they can be every 50 feet. Every 50 feet is not an adventure. It's a stroll. It's a walk. It's, we are chasing points. We are all about the numbers, the competition, cooperative gameplay through clans. I'm basically regurgitating all the things that I said to all of the people that I talked to. Yeah. So yeah, if any of those people who I talked to for the first time and you have come back into the game and you for some reason have found this podcast and you're listening, thanks. It was nice talking to you. Welcome back to the game. Yeah. To everyone else out there, like look for those players in your area that maybe they've stopped playing, maybe their account does say inactive. If you know who they are, reach out to them through other channels. Yeah. If they're old geocachers, it's okay to talk to geocachers, everyone. I just talked to them. I would say the geocachers were very, very nice to me. I wore my green jacket all day yesterday. No one threw anything at me.
Nope.
I've never had any really bad things, but I have absolutely had bad comments in the past at other events. Yeah. Part of it possibly is that I jumped neck deep in this week. I've been here for 5 days. I've gone to all the geocaching events. Exactly. I've spent time with these people, and they are our people. Yeah, we are their people. Exactly. I love geocaching. Exactly. And that's it. Yeah, I love what they do, and they do not have a problem with what we do. No. The words from the lackeys was, we can't advertise at their events.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's what we can't do.
That's all it is. So, but we can have normal chit-chat and conversations. That's exactly what happens. So, yeah.
Great people.
So, before we wrap up, Rob, a big shout-out to Joshua, the Geocaching Vlogger. Hey! MinnesotaBoy. MinnesotaBoy.
I'm sad that you guys won't be live with me, all 3 of you, next week.
We're back to...
We'll be back in separate places and all that. It's been a great time hanging out with you guys, so thanks. And thanks for being in the audience, but also for the time hanging out.
Awesome. So, Rob, guess what? This ends another official Munzee podcast.
Thanks for joining us on this Munzee adventure.
So don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting app, and you can join us again next week for another very informative episode.
And remember, Munzee is more than a game. It's a worldwide community of mobile game players and geocachers.
Yeah, so keep scanning, keep discovering, and keep that Munzee spirit alive. Rob, 1, 2, 3, Munzee on! All together, we get it right.
I think that's the first time ever.
That's because we're here.